Man, talk about a rough Tuesday for the stock market, guys. Holy, we have all the indexes down big time, and we have Palantir down almost 2.5% on the day, taking out the lows from yesterday. So, jam-packed video. If y'all find value, hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe, and you might as well get your free stocks from Moo. Why not? You get 7 fractional shares of the Mag 7 stocks, $35 worth of stocks, guys. Link down below, or you can opt for the other option, which is a cash reward, a 1.5% essentially balance transfer. So if you bring your account onto Moo from another platform, you get up to $20,000, a 1.5% cash reward. Use that link down below. Check out the QR code right here, and let's dive right into the video. So again, there's a lot of red across the board, and Palantir, guys, is now taking out the lows from yesterday, and we're at $22.33, and earlier we were at $21.75. And notice yesterday's low was at what? Almost $22.50. So we took out that low by about 75 cents, and now we are rallying a bit. But notice if I draw this line out right here on the intraday, we're actually approaching the lows from yesterday, right? Which now obviously is a resistance point. So I might as well just set my alert at 22.50 right now. Let me do that. Mark is at or above, so we can see if we do start getting out of there later today, maybe start building some momentum back towards 23. But man, this is not looking great right now in the short term for Palantir, as again, we're starting to take the lows out from yesterday, and we've been selling off. This is nothing new. But if you zoom out a bit, which we'll do here in a second, you'll realize things are getting pretty interesting. And I've told you guys, I'm actually looking to buy Palantir at 20, 21 bucks, at least nibble a little bit. And if it goes under that, for sure, I'm going to be buying a little bit more under that point, or a lot more, excuse me, under that point. So yeah, Palantir keeps slipping, which for me, I'm kind of like rubbing my hands, getting ready here, guys. I want to get this stock at that price I just said, and now we're down, let's see, from 21.7 or 21.70 rather, from 25.50. We're down about 15% in the last couple of trading days. And on this, let's see, 20-day chart, we can see now we're at a fresh low, by the way. On this time frame, we're officially in a bear market. Yeah, down 21% from that $27.50 high that we hit. When was that? Geez, I'm losing track of that now. The beginning of March, right? So about a month ago, we hit $27.50, and well, a month later, we're in a bear market, down about 21%. Officially now, as of today, as of this video, on Palantir stock. And again, we have a death cross. We just hit a low on this 20-day chart. Not the best looking sign in the short term, right? But as you peel the layers back a bit on the 4-hour time frame, the head and shoulders we called out is playing out, right? We're, again, in a bear market. And now we're approaching this big spot, which do you guys remember where we held earlier today? 21.72 to be exact. Do you guys see that? Well, if I pull up this 4-hour chart, you all probably remember this, but I'll draw it out right now. 21.70 is where we peaked out at in the end of November, and then we sold down to $16 per share, right? So essentially, we touched that old resistance. We held it this morning. We literally tapped it, touched it, and then boom, rallied right off of it. So that's a good sign for the bulls in the short term. But I'm not too convinced that we're going to get a huge breakout quite yet. In fact, if we do slip under 21.70, maybe tomorrow, maybe later today, or maybe at some point next week, who knows? But if we do, we could be going to 20 bucks, which is why I said 20 to 21.50 is where I'm looking to start nibbling a bit. And if it does get under 20, I'll be buying even more, right? So let me show you guys. Let's say hypothetically it does get under 20. Maybe this head and shoulders really starts extending down. Worst case scenario, man, this thing gets down to 15, 16 bucks, which honestly, I don't see that happening unless we get some bad news or whatever, which I just don't see it happening in the short term. I could be wrong. Who knows? But okay, 16 bucks, 15, those were the levels from a couple of months ago, but a more realistic spot, I would say, is maybe the mid-18s. What do you guys think, by the way? Let me know in the comments. I feel like mid-18s is a big spot as well. I mean, look, that was the high from the end of January, end of November, or not even end of November. Actually, yeah, end of November, early December, all of December pretty much. Also here in October, we were peaking at about 1850, back in the middle of July. So that's a big spot. If Palantir really does start slipping, man, under 20, 1850 could be that, next spot. And that's where I'm looking to buy even more. I would start buying heavily if it somehow got in the 15, 16, 17 range. 18 again, right? So yeah, Palantir looking pretty interesting here in the midst of a pretty nasty red day where we have the Russell down a good chunk. The Russell's down 2.2%. Let me pull it up and show you guys. We just hit 2135, I think yesterday, right? Or a couple days ago, whenever that was. And now we're down at 2050. So obviously we're still holding an uptrend. The ascending triangle we called out is still or played out for a bit. Now we're pulling back, but either way, man, we're looking pretty good. We're above the 180 moving average on the 4-hour chart. This is nothing to, freak out about, in my opinion. And when I pull up SPY, let me show you this. Same thing, right? Now we're down to the 180 SMA. Uptrend is still holding, right? This is healthy. This is really good. In my opinion, we can see clearly uptrend is holding. And triple Q, let's pull it up. Same thing, right? Right by the 180 SMA. Nothing's really collapsing or anything, nothing's going crazy, right, to the downside. And we have the VIX up 9%, which we haven't said that in a while. VIX is up a good chunk. Volatility's now, creeping up a bit, but still 14, 15 point range on the VIX is still relatively low, right? And we have the, the metals are crushing it today. We have gold up a good 1%. Which I'm loving. Looks like gold just hit another all-time high. Holy smokes. There we go, guys. $2,300 an ounce on gold. This is awesome. So it looks like we're getting the blow-off top rally finally on gold, right? You guys can see we had that cup and handle for a good, decade forming, almost decade and a half, and now we're starting to get the breakout. So gold's looking beautiful, and you guys know I'm not a gold bug or anything like that, but I do have some gold in my portfolio. I'm a proponent of that, and I've been buying and holding gold for years now at this point. I was buying a bunch in the 14 to 1600 an ounce range, and it's not an investment or anything like that. It's more of a store of value. I kind of view it as a savings account, a long-term savings account. I'm not talking like a year or two. I'm talking 10, 20, 30 years, right? So yeah, gold's looking pretty good, and it's crushing it, man. I'm loving it. So we have silver up 3.4% as well. And this looks like we have a cup and handle, arguably an inverse head and shoulders as well. That's about to play out. So we'll see, guys. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments on these indexes, the metals, Palantir. Hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. And don't forget to get your 7 fractional shares of the Mag 7 linked down below. Or you can get a 1.5% cash reward for bringing your account onto Moomoo. Either one of those you guys can do. Check out that link down below, or go to stocksurfest.com/Moomoo, or you guys can use the QR code right here. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys later.